Another extremely valuable resource that you can use to figure out your consumption, especially when it comes to things like carbohydrates and fiber, is this concept called caloric density. So in general, a simple goal, especially if you're looking for weight maintenance or weight loss, is how can I get the most amount of nutrients in a serving of food with the least amount of calories, which come from caloric carbohydrates? So the answer really comes twofold. One, the more fiber a food has, the more likely the liver is going to be able to send that signal of satiety faster. And that fiber, remember, needs to come with nutrients. So we're really not talking about supplementation here. The other piece that you want to think about is the density of that food, or how much water that food may have. I want you to consider a simple example when we look at this table over here. On one hand, take brown multigrain bread, and on another hand, take brown rice, also multigrain. Now, when we look at a small bowl of rice and maybe one slice of bread, both of them likely have, let's say, 500 kcal of energy. This is not exact. The idea here is for an example. When you consume these, because bread has been dehydrated and has no water content, the only signal of fullness really will come from that fiber. And even that, more so insoluble fiber, which is not as good at the satiety signal as soluble fiber. On the other hand, the brown rice, which is also going to come with nutrients, has both water content, because you had to add water in order to cook the rice, as well as fiber. This way, you will probably be more likely to get full on one small bowl of brown rice, but you may need 2 slices of bread in order to get full, which will increase the amount of caloric intake that you might have for that same fullness sensation. Another great example, let's take an apple in one hand and let's take a small bowl of nuts. Initially, both of these could have the same caloric content. However, because the apple still retains a lot of its water, you will get more full maybe on that one apple versus maybe needing 2 or 3 handfuls of nuts to get full. The idea of caloric density is, especially when we talk about eating full meals that are meant to give you energy, but that are also meant to give you that sense of fullness, a lot of nutrients, very different from snacking, for example. When we look at our meals, we really want that plate to be full of things that are going to include a water portion of it. So vegetables that are cooked, for example, and even raw vegetables that retain their water content. Fruits are a great example of that water content retention. Grains and starches, and especially lentils and legumes and beans, which require water and then sometimes pressurization to make you get that fullness from them. So I hope this concept begins to make sense. The idea here is not to say that nuts or oils or avocados are bad. The idea is to say that when it comes to increasing moderation of foods, the more density that food has, along with fiber, you will get full faster. And that means that you reduce the amount of calories that you take in, but you're able to maintain a good nutrient profile. So take a look at the caloric density as a great resource for you to improve your healthy eating. And I will see you in the next video.